Hey guys, happy Tuesday. Yep, it is Tuesday. The thing with, I think I'm noticing I have to announce the day of the week on every single one of my lives. I think it's me dropping into the day. Not that I haven't dropped into the day, but dropping into my live for the day. And I also usually do a weather report, so here is the weather report. It is cloudy with occasional sun. Yeah, that is the Addison Unleashed weather report for the day, since I do that every single time. Again, I think it's just me dropping into my soul and getting into that kind of flow. I think we all go in, all my coach friends and my mentors and everybody, we have our own little space to kind of get into our flow. So I think that is my flow, news report and day of the week, just letting you guys know in case you forgot that it's Tuesday. But anyway, today I was actually driving and I got a text message from somebody that I was dating, and he was like, I think we're on a different page. And basically his message was you're really just too much as far as what you do and some of your ideas and your thought processes about relationships, meaning some of the ways I look at love, and not really wanting to kind of really liking time before I want to kind of, I guess, ground into a relationship, giving time, a couple dates, a couple months to really get to know somebody before you're no, we're gonna get committed. And so anyway, I got this text and I was it was one of my newer relationships. I'm it's okay. I'm I thank you for telling me. Thank you so much for being honest and upfront and letting me know. That's amazing, and that's helpful. Because then we're just not going to continue on if our viewpoints on this are so incredibly different. Then thank you for letting me know. So anyway, so I got that, and then at the same time I got a message telling me and this was a Facebook message, about how I'm a whore, and how so I got that. But then I get messages all the time about that. But then I also get messages, and I got a message today also about, why don't you dress sexier? Why don't you, show more in your videos? All of this, you're not being enough. So I have this one person that's you're too much. You're too much. You're too sexy. You're too out there. You're too kind of revealed for me to kind of handle within myself. And then I have these people who are why are you such a prude, basically, which I'm not a prude. I'm far from a prude. I don't think you could be a prude and be a really good sex coach. I don't think it would work. I had my prude days. I can remember being a prude, but I'm not anymore. Anyway, that's besides the point. But it got me thinking, really, and all that to say, it truly just got me thinking about how we really just need to do us. And we need to be who we are in all areas. And this was more focused in on, sex and relationships. But this goes for business, for our dreams. We really need to just ground it into what feels right for us and who we want to be as individuals. Because at the end of the day, you will always be too much for the world. There's always going to be people in your life that are telling you you're just too much. You're too much. You're too loud. You're too excited. You're too turned on. You're too high vibe. And then you're going to have people who are you're not enough. You're not enough. And and we go through this dance of you're too much, you're not enough, you're too much, you're not enough. You can even see this in weight and stuff. If you look at some really big artists and pop stars and stuff, when they are really at a low weight, they get told you're too skinny, you're just too skinny, that's not okay, blah blah blah. But then the second those same people gain weight, it's you're too fat, you're too big, you're not taking care of yourself, you're too much, there's too much of you here. And so and yes, Ken, you're right. It's being your authentic self. It's following your core and what you need to do and be for you. And I think a lot of us, and I mean, even adults do not really stop and go, who do I want to be? Who do I want to be? Every single morning I journal on who I basically want to be. It's more about like what would the me of 5 years be doing now, but it really is like, who do I want to be today? Who do I want to be today? Where am I going to step up into the person I desire to be? The little changes I do want to make, because all of us are growing and expanding and changing, we hope. If you're not, then that's not a good thing for your soul. It's not a really good thing for your soul, but to kind of continue to grow and expand. But it is this question of like, who do I want to be when I grow up, kind of thing. And I think we ask this of our kids all the time. We look at our 8-year-olds and go, what do you want to do when you grow up? Who do you want to be? In middle school you do art, you do projects on like what you want to do and who you want to be when you get older. As you get older, when you're in high school and even college, you take, and then we get more like focus on like career. But it's like, who do you want to be? What do you want to do with your life? And like, we take lots of assessments and we get these BS assessments that tell us who we need to be. But at the end of the day, adults very rarely will stop and go, who do I want to be? Who am I? Who am I today? Because the truth is, the you of yesterday is not the same. There's an Alice in Wonderland quote I absolutely love, and I'm going to totally kill it, even though I love it. I have not memorized it. And it's just basically about, who are you? And it's about like, well, I was a different person yesterday. And I will put the quote because I'd rather just not even trash the quote than attempt it. But it is about, who are you today? Who are you growing to be? Who are you embodying? What aspects of yourself are out there today? Because there's days that I am like, yesterday I had not slept. I did free spirit talks and I had like 2 or 3 hours of sleep, which I am one of those people who I require good sleep. If I don't get good sleep, it's not good. Like I know there are people who can run and run and run. I require sleep. I'm just one of those people, and I'm okay with that. But I think yesterday I was like Tigger. I was like jumping off the freaking walls when I was at Kindle's house and right before Free Spirit Talks. And that was an aspect of myself. And then today I'm more in an introspective aspect of self. And we have all these aspects of self, and it is like, how are we going to pull them together? But at the end of the day, nobody else is going to ever fully approve of you. Even those that you love the most and are like, no, I love you unconditionally. We are still human, and we can strive to love unconditionally. There are so many people in my life, I'm like, no, I would say I love them unconditionally, but my humanness still can find fault. My humanness still finds fault, and yours does too. Okay, we are human, and so we will always get people telling us we're too much or not enough. That is ego. That is relationship. I don't care what kind of relationship you're talking about. You're never going to be perfect. Okay, because in one situation you might be too much, and another you won't be enough, and everyone's gonna have a different perspective. Just like this morning, I'm like, I have this one gentleman who's like, basically, you're too wild for me. And if you knew me, you would actually kind of laugh about, like, if you knew me in person, you would laugh about that, because like one of my favorite things to do is to sit with a cup of tea and a really good book. That is like one of my favorite things to do. I'm like, I can be fun and exciting and adventurous. I can do all of that, but I also am very grounded and calm at the same time. But so I had this one guy who's like, basically, you're too wild. You're like, your thought processes are too wild for me, and that makes me uncomfortable. And that's what happens when somebody makes you uncomfortable. It's really our own stuff. And then I have this other side that's going like, you're not you're not enough. You're not, you know, stripped down naked on your Facebook Live, so you're not sexy enough. And to both of those, I'm like, no, I'm me. I'm who I want to be. And I'm telling you this because I think you guys each, I'm going to challenge you to think about who are you today and who you want to be. Who are you going to embody? Are you listening to your core at all points in the day and going like, is that good with me? Is that not good with me? Are you enough for yourself? Are you enough for yourself? And at the end of the day, that is where it comes down to. Do you love yourself, and are you enough for yourself? Because that's the only person you need to be enough for. Okay? You just need to be enough for yourself. You need to love yourself, and it always will come back to that inner core. So, and love all aspects of self, and be enough in all aspects of self for self and for God. I could get into spirit and things like that, but I'm just not feeling it today. We're not going to go into God stuff today, but really also, you know, higher power and all that. But to just be enough for us. And then when we are shining that authentic, beautiful, divine light, and guess what? We're going to pull in the people that we are enough for, that do love us unconditionally, even if we all have our human moments, but do come at basically as close as you're going to get in this human body to loving somebody unconditionally. You're going to pull those people into your life. You're going to pull your vibe tribe, and you're going to pull people who love you and you're enough. And the stuff that they're like, oh, that's, you know, Addison's a little too much on, in that they find it funny, they find it beautiful, they find it inspiring instead of, you know, pulling away. So it's all about being enough for yourself, and then you're going to send that beautiful, I'm enough, I'm good, I've got this, I'm lovable, you know, I'm worthy energy out into the world and into your other relationships. So you might as well do you, because you're never going to be enough for anybody else anyway. And I say that, and that sounds really harsh, because I do think there are people who we can't get enough of. There are people we can't get enough of. But I mean the general population, the general world, your daily comings and goings. That's just kind of how it is. You have to be aligned with self, and self first and foremost before you try, because you're not going to please everybody. Sorry. You're not Tuesday night tacos. You're just not going to please everybody. It's just not, that's not how it goes. And you don't want to be able to please everybody, because not everybody's going to be at your vibrational level. And not everyone's growing and expanding and desiring to grow and expand. So yeah, so be you today. Be authentic, and just touch into your own core and self. So on that kind of growth and self and expansion, yesterday, I decided to offer a huge deal. It's only for this month. I'm doing it because I see a lot of people who are giving me excuses of not stepping into their life because of money. And I think that is a BS excuse, so I just want to own that is a BS excuse. However, I'm going to take that little excuse off the table, and we're going to put it over here just for the month of, well, the end of April and May. So yesterday through May 22nd, I'm doing free consults. So please only fill out my application if you are seriously wanting to expand and grow yourself. If you just want to meet me, like, that's not a way to, don't fill out an application unless you're really serious, because we're going to get in there during the consult. We're going to get real. You're going to need some goals. We're going to dive deep. I'm going to give you an outline of ways that we're going to help you move forward. And so if you've been teetering on the edge of, like, should I do a consult, should I not, I'm taking off that $150 off the plate. You don't have to worry about it right now. It is a free consult. You just come, you fill out my application on addisonbill.net/contact, or just go to the work with Addison tab at the top and fill out the application. Give me what you want to kind of work on, where your focus is. Give me some of your goals. You're gonna have to fill out a couple things, and then we can do a Skype consult, we can do a phone consult, we can do an in-person consult in my office, which is where I am now, and kind of get you moving on that road, because we are almost halfway through the year, guys. And if you continue to push off your dreams, you push off your goals, go, oh yeah, I'll do that next month, I'll do that next month, I'll do that next month, you're never going to get there. And so that is going on this month, and so don't miss that. That's $150 for free, basically. And every one of my consults leaves with things to work on, despite if they are going to coach with me or not. We are going to get in there. I'm going to point some things out to you that you really can dive deep in and you can grow in, and then it is up to you if you choose to move forward or not. So again, free consults for the next month, so check that out on my website. Other than that, if you're in the DFW area, I have the Tantra 201 course that is coming up May 18th, so sign up for that. It is a small group, and so we only take a certain amount of people into the workshop, and so don't wait, because if you wait until right before, we might be sold out. It happens all the time, so don't wait. And you can find that on my events page on Facebook, or you can go over to my website again, and under the workshops and events, you'll see it there for May 18th, and that is again in the DFW area. So other than that, I'm sending you guys all lots of love, light, and blessings. I love you all, and I will see you guys tomorrow for another Addison Unleashed. Bye guys.